seminars a few times. He's been to the Back on Track seminars. I use Mark for, well, he can tell you what all I use him for, but basically somebody calls or is on the internet and they Google knee pain specialist in Tupelo, you get to see all this, okay? And so that's what you want. Jeremiah, where do you practice?
Erie, Pennsylvania.
Okay, so anybody near your Pennsylvania area that's like knee pain doctor, peripheral neuropathy doctor, this, and then he has 16 cities around this area that anybody hits those keywords, bam, on the first one that pops up. So, and then we're moving on even more into with regenerative medicine. So he recorded my workshop today. We're going to record a workshop tomorrow. So I'm going to end up going to the workshop with this same, because I don't want somebody going, hey, I'm like, you're quick on changing scrubs, because yesterday you had a blue one on, and on the same video you got a gray one, then it goes back to a blue one. And he's going to take care of all that for me. So what will end up happening is people can come to my Stem Cell Live workshops or at the privacy of their home, and they can't get any sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning because they're, numbness and tingling or burning in the feet, or their knees are killing them, and they just happen to be Googling, and bam, they can watch that in the privacy of their own home. But we have to capture their email before they watch the video. Mark, appreciate you being here, brother. Appreciate you.
Well, I guess I don't have to say anything anymore. He basically said my whole spiel. Have a great day. God bless you.
How much is it? Tell us how much it is.
Here, I'll $25.
What's called then?
No, I have to start pulling a Barlow. Well, let me talk about the value. Everybody raise their hand up. I love it. All right, well, here's one of the cool things. When I first met Dr. Barlow, we were talking on the phone, and it's funny because most of the doctors that I work with are normally just chiropractic. That's basically their main niche they focus on. And him and I were talking, and he was like, I don't really do chiropractic, even though I have it in my office. And he started talking about neuropathy and other stuff. It really caught my eye because I'm noticing that most of the doctors are focusing on knee pain, back pain, but they're really not being seen. And the number one place to be seen, of course, is Google. Is the first page is the number one search engine, and then of course number two you have Facebook coming right behind it, but you have YouTube because of video. So Google and YouTube, they basically own each other. So what we do is we basically focus on utilizing your testimonials. Now your testimonials, as you and I know, is the number one thing that sells your practice. Yes, it's not necessarily the doctor, because of course every single doctor is going to say that I'm number one, just like I'm going to say I'm number one. It's just the way we are, human nature. But the great thing, what I love what Barlow did, just even today, is he let most of the talking basically right on the screen were his testimonials. Right when those people are seeing those testimonials, they're going to end up buying just from that conference today. So what we're doing is we're focusing on your testimonials, what your people, what your patients are saying about you, and we let them do all the selling. And one of the things that we're also focusing on right now is not just getting your videos on the first page of Google, which is huge because most of your competition, I would say about 90% of your competition, they'll probably say I'm on the first page of Google. I'll give you an example. So who's right now on the first page of Google right now in their area? Okay, awesome. So right now you're on the first page of Google. If I were to type in a keyword right now, what would you say that keyword is? Would it be chiropractic in your area or neuropathy, stem cell? Which one is it?
Knee pain,
Okay, so knee pain.
migraine.
Let's do that just for kicks and giggles. All right, just for fun. Okay, let's see. So knee pain doctor in your area?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, so which area are you in?
In Milwaukee.
Gotcha. I'm gonna spell it wrong because I know. It's like Mississippi, still a bunch of S's in it. I don't know. Well, let spell check take care of it for me. All right. So, are you in the 3-pack? I'm just wondering.
I can't see.
Okay. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, right?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Let me see. Okay, so just to let you know, this is Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're just gonna look at this just for fun. Okay. So what we see is we see a bunch of website links. Now, if you have a website link, what that's going to basically do for you, you're going to have the first 3 people, they're not going to really go past the 3-pack. So statistics say, actually Harvard study says that if you have a website anywhere on the first page of Google, you're gonna get about a 50.05 click-through rate just within the top 3. That's only within the top 3. So basically what you're doing is you're getting an old school gun, revolver, and you're spinning the barrel and see where it lands, kind of like Price is Right. You know, you don't want to do that with your business. The great thing about with Dr. Barlow, so let's say if someone's looking at knee pain, we'll look at knee pain right now, just for fun. Before I push that button, we jump from 50.05 click-through rate just with a website on the first page of Google in the top 3. We jump from 50.05 to over 90.05 click-through rate with the video. That's anywhere on the first page. And the main reason why, it's because, check this out, go clickety clack clack, just for fun. Right away I type in knee pain in Tupelo area. So we've got knee pain, people are looking, they're looking. They're like, okay, what's going on? So right away, the eye automatically, the way we've been designed by God, the picture, the video picture basically creates pattern interruption. Eye automatically is going to go to one of these. So what's great about it, they click on it. We have the call to action. I'm not going to go there right now. The call to action, of course, is the phone number, your website. And these people right here are going to just start bragging about Dr. Barlow. That's what we want to do for your practice. Not just have knee pain, not just back pain. We're talking everything and anything that goes with, say, sciatica, tingling, numbness in the toes. I don't even care if it's pinky toe pain. The bottom line, it's any type of pain that has to do with within the body for your patients so that they can find you. Now that's one way. Now here's the cool thing. When you work with me and you're on the first page for Google, you're also guaranteed first page YouTube. YouTube's so important. And the reason why is because our consumers, especially the people that are in neuropathy, more going after the neuropathy and stem cell, YouTube's more informational. So that's for the people that are late at night, they can't go to bed, they're nocturnal, they're in pain, they're going right to YouTube. Now, if they go to YouTube for Dr. Barlow, I just like to use because it's fun. So, I mean, these are all him. I mean, we've got some people though. They're trying to jump on the wagon, but I keep popping them down. So it just continues. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know who this is or that, but I'm not worried about it. But the bottom line is we've got probably about 80 or 90 videos. Now, those of you are probably wondering, how many videos do I have to have? Well, my recommendation, if you have at least 3 or 4, we can start utilizing those right away, like right now. But my recommendation is you want to be consistent. Now, consistency is the key. It's kind of like this. I'll use this. It's a bad analogy, but I'm going to go for it. Like, you know, Trump always talks about building this wall, right? We always hear about this wall, whatever, whether you like Trump or not. The bottom line is you're building a wall for your business. So that wall is basically your brand. Your brand is of course your videos, your website, everything that you utilize. So what you basically want to do is build that strong wall. So when somebody, let's say you're using advertising, whether it's Clearstone, you're using drop card marketing, you're using whatever type of marketing it is, what's going to happen is they don't buy right away. The consumer doesn't work like that anymore. I can guarantee you what they do is they look at, say if they get a postcard marketing or they see a PPC ad, a pay-per-click ad, they're going to automatically, before they spend $10 to $15 to $20,000, they're going to start looking on YouTube and Google. And if they don't find you and they find somebody else, and those dollars are going to go somewhere else, I can guarantee you, because it takes about between 3 to 4 times before that person that purchases that product is going to help them. At least 3 or 4 times before they decide to click on that button, because they've seen all of your advertising. Now, kind of going off script, and you know what, I kind of like sometimes just kind of going with it. So we're creating video websites also with that. I'm going to go a little bit deeper in that. Video websites is huge because everything's going that direction. We all know that everything's going video, and you have 2 types of marketing strategies. You have a video website and you have a static site. A static site is probably what you have right now, where there's no movement. When you have movement on the screen, and you have continual movement, what basically ends up happening is it keeps the buyer on there. Now, one of the things that I've created, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper into it, but I'm going to leave this up here for just a second. I wanted to share this. Let's kind of go. So I want to kind of go into like why video and why now. Now really quick, the same reason why chiropractors move toward neuropathy than to stem cells. Well, you guys are staying up on cutting edge, and you have to, because everything's moving really quick. And not just that, but we have the FDA that's trying to break down on everybody and say, no, we want you to take the pills, we don't want you to take stem cells. Why? Because it's healing people. And layman's people like myself, we see it big time. We're starting to finally understand what the fake news is and what's really going on. Because when you have one person with stem cell, they're out there talking to everybody about what's happened with them because they're no longer in pain. Now stem cell and video advertising, basically, for video advertising, is the future for marketing, meaning your guys' testimonials always being out there. Now, progression always yields to greater reward and increase. Now, in 2006, the reason why this is so important, why video is so important right now, is well, in 2006, Google basically bought YouTube for $1.65 billion. Well, the main reason why they did was because they knew that YouTube was soon to become #1 because Google was not doing any type of video. So they're like, hey, we've got the money right now, we better buy them out before they run us over. So now you have basically Google and YouTube, they own each other. So the great thing about Google, like with what I just showed you right now with Dr. Barlow, the reason why he is all dominating all over the place, not only in YouTube, but also Google's, because they own each other. So they're not gonna give one less to the other. They're gonna keep it really strong. Now, here's a really cool thing. Now, picture still works. Even though a picture is worth 10,000 words, it still works. You see it with your drop card postcard marketing still works. Now, the crazy part is that when your soon-to-be patient sees a video testimonial, that video is worth 1.8 million words, Forrester research studies have shown, which takes everything to a whole different level. Now, your video testimonials basically act as your 5-star, kind of like your Yelp, because that's where everyone's going. You know, they're still looking at Yelp, but studies have shown they're starting to slowly zip away from Yelp because they're starting to realize that there's a lot of fake information that people are putting up there. Not only the fake information, but a lot of companies are starting to steer away from Yelp because a lot of your competition is putting fake junk up there. It's a dog-eat-dog world, I hate to say it, but everyone's just trying to get that dollar, just they're willing to hurt somebody, which is sad. But the good thing about this is the video testimonials not only act as your 5 gold star ratings, but people want to know, what are your clients saying about your practice? So one really cool thing here is I want to kind of get a little bit deeper into that, your progressive movement in advertising. Now, the fact, if you're not on the first page of Google or YouTube, you're not going to be seen or heard, period. Common sense, right there. Now, I'm going to get into Facebook advertising because we know that Facebook is starting to blow. There's a lot of things about Facebook advertising. It's working, it's not working as well as it did. I kind of feel like it's losing a little bit of steam, but Facebook advertising is starting to pick up, and I'll get a little bit more into that. Now, progression on Facebook, your business profile, still picture ads, and of course your ClickFunnels ads, they still work now, which I still recommend. Now, if you're going to be working with video, I would recommend utilizing your social media like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Make sure that you're keeping that with those also with your testimonials, because that also helps out with your exposure, of course. Now, I want to share this with you. Progression on websites. We also have your words, pictures, video websites in motion, which I'm going to go a little bit more into that in just a second. Now, progression on the internet, we have right now basically video, YouTube, and now we have video on Google. And so our main concern right now is if you're not doing video testimonials, you need to start right away because you're losing money. Now, of course, I want to go a little bit more into why video ranks higher than just a regular website. Now, if you have a regular website, you're going to be able to rank between about 7 to 12 keywords on the first page of Google. With one video, we're able to rank, if it's done the correct way, between 30 to 60 keywords on the first page of Google. That's just with one video, which is huge. So these regular box websites that have no movement, and I'm not just talking about movement like you just put a little video in and you push play. We're talking about continual movement within the website.
Is that,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I don't understand that. Is that because of the people behind the scenes at the Google are ranking you higher because of this content or what?
Yes.
Or is it the actual, what's being said by
It's-
the patients?
It's actually two things. It's what's being said,
Okay,
and then number two, it's the reason why YouTube will give more ranking to that is because, one, it's because of the platform that it's on, okay?
okay,
But it's not just necessarily what you say, it's who, it's embedding with the SEO work right now. So right now I can say, hey doctor, show me, fix my shoulder, and he can say a whole bunch of stuff, fasciitis and all these other words, and I don't know what he's talking about,
right,
because he went to school for that. I might have an idea, but it's kind of like with what we do is, we're doing all the SEO work right behind the video that you can't really see, and we're making sure that those are being ranked. So, it's,
but you say, you're telling the patients what to say then?
no, you don't.
Yeah,
You don't tell the patients what
Yeah.
to say, but it's called, I call it a free will testimonial. So example, I come there with my leg, I'm hobbling around like a hobbit, and all of a sudden, I get a stem cell injection, and all of a sudden, I'm dancing like the dude from the Wizard of Oz. So what am I gonna do? Say, hey Mark, how's your leg feeling from 1 to 10? You know what? When I first came in here, from 1 to 10, I was at a 9. How do you feel now? I was in pain. I was at a 9. How do you feel now? He goes, well, I don't feel any pain. I'm feeling great. Just let them tell you how they feel. You don't tell them
Right.
anything. Give them no spirit,
Okay.
because then it's not real.
right,
Because they're gonna sing it on the mountain. You're gonna get some really horrible testimonials, and you just don't use them. You just use the ones that are good.
right, okay.
You know.
Yeah.
But I would, but I'll give you an example if you want to look at. I mean, I know we're cut on time, but I'll share a matter of fact. Let's do it right now. I'll share that with you. Let's do it while it's hot in the press. Hot in the press, right here. Is the volume up on this? Because I really like this one video you did. It was fantastic. The one with the, I think it was a frozen shoulder.
So he's been
Okay, so, came in with bad shoulder, got full range of motion in your shoulder, right? So just step forward for me just a minute. Bring your arms up all the way over your shoulder. Let's look at that. All right. And before you couldn't do that. That was one treatment, right?
Yes.
Probably took 4 or 5 minutes, right?
Yes.
Something like that. Okay, let's go ahead and drop your hands down. And now this next one, if I were to ask you just to squat down, your knees are so bad that you couldn't do that, right?
Right.
Okay. So we're just going to take him at his word. He's a police officer. And he's got some problems with his knees. He came in with a knee brace. So when he says I can't squat down, I'm going to say you can't squat down. Okay. So we're going to do a therapy on you called triogenics. We're going to come back and I'm going to see if we can make some improvements in the knees. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So we got a smile on our face, so that's always a plus. All right. So let's stand right over here. Hold on. And if I were to ask you, if you could just, could one of you guys stand behind him just to make sure. And all right. And if I could just ask you just to say, can we squat down at all? And just could you squat down just to see if we can make any kind of range of motion there? To see if we can move. Just see if we can move. Okay, just squat down for me. Mm-hmm. Now I want you to tell me in your own words, what do you think about that? Because you could not even move before, and you could almost squat down and touch the floor, and that was one treatment, right?
One treatment.
Okay. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, great. Like hugging you.
I'll hug you in just a second. Now, and patient, and you've had a knee replacement.
Yes.
Came in here in a brace. This was one treatment, and I tell patients all the time, if I can help you with knee pain, you're going to know in 2 treatments, and you knew in 1 treatment, right?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Bam.
Bam. That's a beautiful thing.
yeah.
We know English. Wow. Okay. I hope that helped.
Yeah, do you have an example of the movie website?
Yeah, I'm going to get to that right now. Right now. Okay, cool.
Can I say this part too? If you're gonna do a testimonial on somebody, especially once you're doing cryogenics, what you have to do is if they come in and they've got a bad shoulder, okay, do the video of the shoulder.
I should have shown
All right, get, how bad is it? How long have you had it? Tell me one area of your life that's being destroyed or negatively affected by this shoulder. And I'll tell you, I can't brush my teeth, can't drink any water, can't comb my hair, can't whatever. Okay, can't play golf anymore. And I've had people, some of golf clubs 6 years ago, because I was told I'm never gonna golf again, all right? Here, all right? This is the critical component. Don't go over here and go, okay, now before we do this, I wanna make sure I fix your shoulder. Because there's only one time that you're gonna get that emotional response. Because they're like that, and then once they do this, it's like, oh my God. Because once they do that the first time, they're never gonna do that again. See, that's what we did with this guy. We hit him with that as soon as we got finished. You've gotta do the testimonial then, because once you go, hey, let's do a test run and see if this, they're never gonna get that limbic, emotional, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Just trust that Trigenics is gonna work, because it almost is every time. Video before, pause the camera, all right, pick your arm up, oh my God, and all you have to say is, how does that make you feel? That's an emotional question that just tags the limbic system. There. Don't go, like I said, don't go in and do the range of motion and then go, okay, let me get my camera. Just assume that it's gonna work, because it almost always does, and get that emotional response right at the beginning.
Awesome. So those of you, I don't know if you guys have heard of Grant Cardone. He's Grant here. I was like, what?
Patient of yours?
We need to have a prayer meeting over here.
I've injected Grant Cardone twice in my office. My feet just blew, dude. If you go on my Facebook, you'll see.
Oh, you're the one. I was wondering, you look familiar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just like
Oh
he's
yeah.
so,
Good job.
He's got so much authority. You can use it. I mean, although it's not you, but Grant Cardone has done stem cells.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And it's the same stem cells we're using.
It was about 3 weeks ago, wasn't it? Or a month ago?
I did it back in August, and then I did the other one about a month and a half ago
Yeah,
or
you
so.
promoted. You remember that?
Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah. So Grant Cardone is one of my favorite guys, kind of like the Tony Robbins of, I would say, newer generation. But Grant, it's really cool because Grant uses video websites, exactly what we're doing. And Tony Robbins and of course Les Brown, all these guys. So to answer your question, to kind of go more into that, I'm not going to show this one. I think I'm going to do more of a live one for you. So just to kind of show you what we're doing. This is one of the doctors that we're currently working with. So what we do is we keep it where right away, this is more neuropathy. They're seeing what they want to be doing.
Well, it's like a drug commercial.
You know.
Actually, they're all running and jumping, and
Right,
they're so
so-
much better.
So anyways,
And it works.
You have your
Exactly.
video, you have your going, you got your video, you got your knee pain, and then of
She's
course she'll
swimming.
have.
She might die, but she's swimming.
If the lady wants to play, listen to the video, or the gentleman, they can listen to it and basically gets them kind of talking about back pain or neck pain, and then you can put your information in there. What's great about this is it puts them into the funnel, so they can put their email in, puts them into a funnel where they'll get a text, setting up a time. They can basically come into the office and set an appointment and see if we can help them. Now what we've done with motion here also is, let's say someone is looking at our services, and they can see back pain, they can see knee pain, they can see neck pain. So if we were to click on neck pain, I'm going to do right here. We also keep range of motion. We keep testimonials here that's talking strictly on neck pain, which is really important because of course it's hitting the human emotion. We want to keep that going, and of course they can put their information in there. Now what I'm starting to do is I'm starting to create, kind of be the pop-up and create and be your spokesperson, or people in our office that do it. But I like doing it, and the reason why is, let's say you're doing stem cell. There's a lot of things that a doctor can say, can't say, but there's a lot of things I can say because I'm not a doctor. So I can bring up the stem cell, I can talk about that, I can talk about the office, I can do that. So in a way, I get to be your spokesperson, or someone in our office can be a spokesperson to promote you. So that's basically what we're doing. You can also see another one here. Let's say we're doing, of course, knee pain, and we have different videos to choose from, of course, but with this personal doctor, we let you guys choose your knee pain videos, your back pain videos, professional ones. So you get to choose the ones to basically tailor it to your personality. So then you have somebody who's here in knee pain, and then this gentleman here is talking about his knee pain treatment with this doctor, which is Dr. Petrie, talking about his knee pain treatment. Let's see. What else? All right.
So they can ask that little box questions?
Yes, they can ask the little box
Is that
questions.
always up there, or do they have to choose that box?
They don't have to choose that box, but let's say they do have a question and you're asleep or whatever it may be, it'll get back with them. But I would recommend, we can also connect that box to somebody in the office where, let's say someone's on the website and asking questions,
Yeah.
it'll ding their phone.
Because I've never gotten those boxes to work. A lot of people have those. You know, chat with us, that's what's
Right.
good, and nobody answers you.
Right.
What the hell?
Right. And it depends on what type of
Are
system
you
we have
there?
too also. I mean, we're using a lot of stuff from Europe, more cutting edge. We have it also where if someone not only wanted an instant message with you, you can also FaceTime up through there, say, hey, make it personal. I know it sounds weird, but we're moving in a day where we're getting more and more personal,
Yeah.
and it is the way it is. But so what it looks like to work for Edge Marketing Services. The number one thing that we do is we get a list of cities in order of importance that you wish to dominate within basically the circumference of your business region. So that's really important. With Dr. Barlow, we're going after 16 right now. We're also starting to hit more. We've really focused a lot on the neuropathy. As we speak, it's being worked on right now, no joke. And then we're working on the stem cell and also right now. So we would do that. So I would get together with you. You would let me know, hey, these are the areas that I want to make sure that I'm dominating. I always recommend to do at least a surrounding circumference of at least, if you're doing neuropathy, I would say between 30 minutes to 45 minutes. When it's stem cell, people will travel. That's all I can say. Number 2, list of your niches you wish to focus on. Of course, neuropathy, stem cell, whatever it may be. Here's the cool part. If we're going after neuropathy, I go after each section of at least 200 to at least 200 to 400 keywords we go after. But we go after your main keywords first. That's of most importance. But I like to try to go after everything so that you eventually become more omnipresent. We'll need a short list of your personalized keywords, which are huge and really important. And what that means is every doctor in here knows what keywords they would love to be on the first page with. Just, you know, I mean, I know one of them, if you're neuropathy, you want to be number 1 knee pain specialist in your area, or knee pain doctor or doctors, and that's where I come in, making sure whether they push in plurality or singular to make sure that you're found. Now 4, we generate what is needed via social media, and we set up your channels for YouTube. We not only set up your channels for YouTube, but also, let's say you, if you already have a channel, we normally like to create a new channel. Why? Because we treat the channels more like a website, and it's about being seen most. 5, we need your video testimonials. If you don't have any, we will guide you on how to get those organically and how to get them to us. Now, if you have a bunch of videos already on your website, you don't need your login information. We can take them down right away and upload them. Because Google likes it when it's fresh. If I upload the same video, they're going to deny it. But if I add little things to the video, it says to basically Google and YouTube that it's brand new and fresh. So it's all we need to do right now, of course, set up an appointment to receive monthly updates. So every month, let's say we were to start today, next month on this date, which is the 16th, I believe, we would get together and we would do a screen share. So would you like, and oh yeah, this is really cool and something new that we just started doing. We just started Edge on a regenerative medicine show. So everyone that's working with us, we basically have them on our show live in front of thousands of people, and you'll have people that will be asking you questions, and then you'll also start having people that are in your area asking questions. The main reason why is once we record that show live, we wait about a week, and then we go after every single area with that live video, every single area, so that we're utilizing Facebook ads to attract more people. I just started doing that really highly this week, and I've already got a bunch of people already asking questions just about stem cell with one doctor that we're working with in Canada. So pretty awesome. Now, basically I call it our loyalty program. So for as long as we're in contract, we will continue to dominate your brand, secure your position within your cities. What that basically means, broken down, if we're working together, I am basically making a commitment to you that I am not going to take anybody else on in that area. So it's secluded, which I believe that's the way it should be if you're working with somebody. So you don't have to worry about that. Progressive high class video websites like I showed you. So we're moving more into that. We'll basically tailor it to your personality. We get them up within, say, 30 days, 30 to 40 days. Very affordable and extremely effective. We have great support, so if you have you want to put stuff up every week, we take care of that for you, hands off. You don't need to be taking care of that stuff. That's what we do, whether it's new videos, new testimonials, or you're selling some new gadget. We also do reputation management. Bottom line, real simple. Doesn't matter how good you are, you're gonna have people that are gonna throw something at you online. It's just the way it is. The bigger you get, it just happens with everybody. So how do we help you with that? So let's say you have someone that put something on there, on Google, and it's just sticking right there. What we do is we utilize your video testimonials, and we basically push them down. So it's not anywhere seen on the first page of Google, which is great. So you not only get reputation management, but you also get to be on our Edge on Regenerative show. And then not only that, but we're building your channel and dominating your brand, making you number one above your competition with your greatest weapon, which is your video testimonials. Edge Marketing Services, we guarantee ranking your brand on the first page of Google. I love the word guarantee. I know some people act kind of weird about it, but I kind of use the Tommy Boy expression. Guarantee makes me feel like I can sleep at night. It really does. So, you know, if we don't guarantee, part of our guarantee, which is really cool, is if we can't dominate your brand on first page within 3 to 6 months, we won't take you on as a client. We'll stop, which I don't really have that problem. What I have a good problem is if we are focusing on your video testimonials and getting on the first page of Google, we average between 90 to about 100%, which is pretty strong. I've been doing this for over a decade, and I'm an algorithm junkie. So, unless we say more. What distinguishes us from our competitors, we do what we say we can do, and in a record time. Your job is to keep supplying us with video testimonials every month. I don't care if it's 2 or 3, whatever. There's going to be some months you're going to give me 10, and some months you'll give me 3 or 4. It doesn't matter. Just keep them going. And the main reason why is because your competition, when they're putting stuff up, we're staying consistent. So, and that's the key, so that we're not getting knocked off. So my goal is to make sure that I keep your guys' competition away from you. If they start coming up with videos, I just take out my famous shotgun and take care of it. I'm good to go. Kind of old school. So the great thing about keyword domination is that we're basically going after 400 plus keywords in each town and area. So Tupelo, we're going after about 400 keywords. So if you have 16 areas, 16 times 4 is a lot. Cutting edge technology, we're constantly adding value to your video website. So it's not gonna, every couple months we add maybe a new widget, or we're adding stuff to make maybe your website a little bit faster. Right now we're looking at adding some AI technology to it, so when somebody looks at it, even if they don't even put their information, we'll be able to see where they came from, like Facebook. So it's kind of cool. Because think about it.